Midnight Suns, bros, how's it going? Have you heard the news? Have you heard the news? It is exciting times. I'm gonna fill you in. If you've been too busy playing the 3 extra missions that you paid $15 for with your DLC to hear the news, well, don't worry. I'm gonna fill you in. I'm gonna tell you all about it. So, while you were coping and seething about how this is actually a good game and Drifter's got it all wrong and the anti-Midas touch is all nonsense, well, guess what happened? The anti-Midas touch just killed Firaxis. Yeah, Firaxis, dead, done. The Firaxis as we knew it is gone and it's never coming back. Alright, so more seriously, let's talk about what has happened here. So Jake Solomon and Garth DeAngelis have both left Firaxis. Garth left, I think, in early January, and Jake has just, I've just found this out. I'm just making this video before work. I got the washing machine going on in the background. It's chaos. This is just a quick impromptu video that I wanted to put together just to talk about this. So if you don't know who Jake and Garth are, if we consider Firaxis as the Bible, basically Jake is God and Garth is Jesus, right? These are the number 1 and number 2 guys in Firaxis, right? The 2 main players. And within 2 months of Midnight Suns releasing, they're both out the door. So what exactly do I think happened here? I think it's pretty obvious. Now, I've got this tweet from Jacob. You can see that he's very complimentary towards his employer and towards the project that he's worked on, which you would expect, right? And I'm going to say, right, I got all respect in the world for Jake. I think he is the greatest game developer of all time. I really mean that. I'm a huge fan of him. But I don't buy what he's selling here for a second, right? When you release a game like Midnight Suns and the sales numbers are awful, which they were, it did not sell well at launch. In the 2 months since it's been out, I've seen it on sale at least 3 separate times. And we're not talking about little sales like 10% off. I'm talking 40% off a new game. And you've got the 2 most senior guys in the team walking out the door. Well, sorry, Jake, but I don't think you're going to be convincing anybody that you're proud of Midnight Suns and that you thought this was a good game. I don't buy it. I think the guy's just being professional. And like when I left my previous job, as I walked out the door on that last day, I shook my boss's hand. I said, thanks for the opportunity. And then I kept walking, right? And that's what I said, right? That's not what I was thinking. What I was thinking is you are the most nasty, horrible, despicable person I've ever laid eyes on, and I cannot stand you, and I'm so happy that I'll never have to see you again for as long as I live. But that's not what I said, because I'm a professional. And the same thing here, right? Jake's not going to throw the company under the bus on his way out the door. So do I think that both of these guys leaving is a direct result of Midnight Suns? Yes, I do. Because the timeline there could be no other reason. Why else would they be leaving? Within 2 months of this game launching, they're both out the door. Yeah, it's because this game sucks. And because they can probably see the writing on the wall. Yeah, the anti-Midas touch, it's here. It's got Firaxis by the throat. And Firaxis ain't long for this world. Now, again, that's my speculation. I've never spoken to these guys. I don't know them. I don't know what's going on in their head. But that would be my guess. That would be my guess. And so in terms of the future, well, Jake hasn't said he's retiring, just that he's moving on from Firaxis. So who knows? He might go and work for another studio. He might start his own studio. Hopefully the guy keeps making games because he's really good at making games. And as far as Firaxis goes, I think they're going to be like BioWare. You know, yes, BioWare still exists, and you can still see the brand and the logo, but the BioWare that we knew from 15 years ago, if not more, we all know that BioWare doesn't exist anymore, and the same BioWare that gave us Mass Effect 1 and 2, that company's gone. It exists only in name, and they will never make a game as good as those ones ever again. And I think it's going to be the same thing with Firaxis. They will be Firaxis in name only, but the leadership's gone, and I think we're going to get a lot more Chimera Squads and Midnight Suns, and I don't think we're going to get another XCOM 2, in terms of quality. And so then I guess the question is, XCOM 3, what do we think's going to happen there? I think that the answer is pretty obvious. I could be totally wrong, right? This is all just irresponsible speculation. I could be way off the mark. Jake didn't actually work on Chimera Squad. There was a different team that worked on Chimera Squad. So I think that team is probably going to be working on XCOM 3. And they probably already are, to be honest. So I guess, we'll just wait and see. Yes, I'm a lot less excited about XCOM 3 than I was, because like all the news around Firaxis, it just keeps getting worse. Chimera Squad comes out and it's not a very good game. Midnight Suns comes out, it's a terrible game. Now the company's losing their leadership. Like, these are all signs that a company is not doing well. So yeah, the thumbnail, the title might be a little bit clickbait, but I really do think that XCOM 3 will probably be a bad game, right? It's probably going to have microtransactions. It's probably going to be laced with DRM and the performance will be horrible. And in terms of the quality, it's probably going to be like Chimera Squad. So not much to get excited about, but hey, at least we got XCOM 2. That's my thoughts. I'll probably think of something else like 2 seconds after I stop recording and be like, oh, I really wanted to say that. But whatever. Just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Hope you enjoy. Have a good one. I will catch you guys later.